Today I'm going to show you guys what it's like driving a
1300 horsepower Trackhawk.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Live Shopping on coming to you guys with another video. Alright guys, you guys have been raving about this 1300 horsepower Trackhawk. It's been getting reposted all over the internet. You guys have been asking me a bunch of questions about the car, guys, and we're finally going to go into depth on all the mods and how the car came to be what it is today. This one's from our real car, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'm not going to talk too much, but we're going to hop straight into this video, guys. Alright guys, we just pulled up to Overkill Performance. We're here with the owner, Joe, right here. And I'm going to have him talk about the car for a second.
Alright, so this is the whole car. You guys seem to really love what we have going so far. This is one of our max setups. You guys have probably seen something similar. With a few of the other vehicles that we've done, we probably have around 5 or 6 of these 3.0 liter 427 or 400 plus cube engine Trackhawks running around, absolutely abusing the street. I would say the fastest time one we just ran so far was a 9.1 in the quarter-mile blower only. They're able to eventually get that setup up to an 8-second pass, the first ever. And this setup is similar to that, but almost on steroids. So what we were able to do was pretty much deliver something that makes maximum amount of power, but is still streetable. You know, Matt's able to drive this thing everywhere, anywhere. The drivability of the Jeep has not been compromised. It probably runs better than it ever did. The funny story about how this set up is when he first got this, he shows up at the shop and he didn't even have the Jeep yet. He shows up and all he had was a delivery number. And we're just sitting there, this is like during pandemic, and we're like, you're never going to get your Jeep. They pushed his date back 5-6 times, right? So we're like, you ain't gonna get it. But during that time, first he comes in, he's like, all right, I want your OP 900 package. And he's up the street where he works at, so of course he's here every day. We joke now when he comes by the shop that he's clocking in. So he'd come back every other day and change the complete bill. All right, I talked to somebody, I gotta have that 950. What's done to that one? He's got suspicion, I need that. What? And then one day he comes in and one of the Jeeps were here that had a built motor, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. You don't have your car yet, sir. Sir, drive it first. Get it first. How about that? Get it first. So literally, he brings us this thing, almost 0 miles on it. And I go, Matt, drive your car first. Break it in. Because you want him to at least understand where it was and where it came from. So most of what you guys see actually was on this vehicle at around under 1,000 miles.
That's crazy.
We ripped everything out. New motor, all that, fresh built, all that, at about under 1,000 miles, like 800-900 miles. The original build on this was which we consider our OP 1050 package, which is the built motor with the OP 950 package setup, the ported blower and all that stuff. So that's the setup that you see a lot of our guys running 9s with. It's a potent setup, even with the stock motor. We've probably got 15 to 20 guys running around running 9s. You know, we've got, you know, it's a really, really stout setup that originally his main concern was he didn't want to break it. So that was his excuse for at least getting the motors. He didn't want to break it.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't want to break it turned into, is that guy going to be faster than me? I can't have it.
It always happens.
So it was never ending. So this vehicle on top of that, it's got the brand new Gen 5 3.0 liter Whipple. It's got the TKM Demon 7-liter engine. I believe you have the ported heads, right, in-house. So we have our in-house ported heads from Speed Motor Machine, Overkill ported heads. 4 triple pump system. As you can see, we really focus on, you know, the install, how clean we want to make it. We want everything to look like it's factory. Like when you literally step back and look at the end, it's obvious that it's not stock, but not obvious, right? So in doing that, you got to make sure that the stuff that you put in is done cleanly. Even the way that we have the UPR style catch can, it allows us to actually tuck the catch can away in the corner and do what we need to do. So we're fortunate enough to be probably the first ones to make passes on the 3.0 Whipple. So we've had a lot of experience with them, and It's been a pleasure working with the clients and the different ones to really build what these vehicles are capable of doing, and being able to set something up like this, hand the keys over to the customer, and get all the videos of the cool stuff that you guys have, and knowing that there's not going to be any issues, knowing that's not going to break. So on top of that, the vehicles also has a FI inner chiller stage 2. Shout out to Kirk over at FI inner chiller. Great system, the best, one of the best on the market. We're able to pair that up so that it didn't have the same heat issues that a lot of other systems have. Matt was actually the very first one to ever run the 45 series 20-inch tires. We're still dialing these in and figuring these out. As you can see, they're super chunky compared to the literal 35 series that we used to run. We've got the full overkill suspension package with the B-Woody action, the brake package that we work with, racing brake, front and rear, and new diff brace as well from Performance. And I believe he has an exhaust. Which exhaust is on this?
Torn,
The AW Torn, which dollar for dollar is the best exhaust available. Best exhaust available. This car through and through has everything that you could really want. The next thing on the list, of course, is we're doing a full built drivetrain, and then of course nitrous.
Never go wrong with that.
That's the next step. We have a few of these with nitrous already out, and they're potent. You know, they're crazy setups, they're reliable, and when it comes to the street, there's very few things that hook better than a Trackhawk on the street. We build a lot of GTRs, and that's really what this thing is when you really break it down, it's a GTR truck. All-wheel drive, smooth, get you from point A to point B. You don't even know how fast you're going until you look down. But instead, you could bring the whole family along, you could go to Home Depot, you could tow with it, or just do what Matt does and just look cool.
Girls, we get it.
That's really it. You know, the build, I make it sound basic, but there's a lot of stuff that went into this. You know, we've been practicing, and I planned these Whipple builds out before the Whipples ever came out. That's really it. We love the build. We love his enthusiasm with it. Shout out to your full fan base. They seem to love it. You know, they're getting a kick out of it. You know, it's like a giant Ninja Turtles. You know, it's like King Cooper. You know, you'll have to come back and see. We have a, I don't know if you've gotten videos of, we have an F8 green Hellcat that's in there that also has a 3.0.
I actually haven't seen it.
So one of these days, that's an 8-second setup too.
Sheesh.
And he's got the full custom overkill wheels and all that stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
So one of these days, we're gonna have to do a side-by-side video with those two really rare colors, crazy builds. This is hands down one of the fastest Trackhawks on this planet. I've built enough of them, I can give somebody that tag.
That's crazy.
The capabilities of this thing beyond here is sky's the limit, really. You know, shout out to Matt, shout out to the rest of our clients, shout out to everybody who's given us the opportunities to even be able to do what we do, to do what we love. You know, at the end of the day, this is what it's about. It's about the customer, the client being happy with their build. It's about you guys seeing it, giving it that love, and then the customer feels justified in spending the amount of money and energy in it. And that's what we all do. You know, we build these builds for ourselves, but it feels good when other people appreciate what we do. So shout out to your fan base. You guys are killing it. Appreciate all the love you guys are sending to Overkill. We're gonna just keep killing it. You know, it's there's no humility when I say that at the end of the day, we definitely pioneered the Trackhawk. You know, I put my money where my mouth was and built my own Trackhawk back in 2018-19 when they first came out. And there's so many people that have put hard work. I'm not the only one by any means. And that's really it, man. That's really it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you taking the time to talk about this car.
Yeah, that should be about it. I get excited about these things. It's like when you start talking about them, you can start talking too much, and because there's a lot of people who don't care about the specifics. They just want to see you roast the tires. But to the guys out there, the people who, you know, the real enthusiasts who actually care about what goes into these type of builds, who actually understand what it takes to do this type of stuff, they appreciate that type of information.
Yeah, this one's for you guys.
Let it eat, man. Hulk smash.
Yes, sir. You guys already know. Shout out to Matt for letting me do this video too. Shout out Overkill, guys. Go to them for all your Hemi needs and all that. And yeah.